What up, what up, what up, what up? What is going on, everybody? What is going on? And good afternoon, and welcome to Blunt Thoughts. Just a random Blunt Thoughts on what the hell is it? Thursday afternoon. And you're probably wondering what is the hell is this dope doing on here? But thank you to the over 200 and can't even see. What are we fighting for, heck? Wow, over 280 plus of you beautiful people already up in here. And listen, man, we all know what's going on. Everybody hears the rumors going around today. That is not necessarily why I'm doing this. Um, it's just that I was out there working all night last night, slow as hell. So a lot of time to think. A lot of time to think. No riders, nobody to distract you. There's a lot of time to think. And kept thinking, like, man, are we gonna get a resolution with this? What kind of resolution are we gonna get with this Pete Alonso situation? What kind of resolution do we want with this Pete Alonso situation? Or what do I want? Everybody has different ideas as to what they would like to see happen. Um, and for me, what I came to the conclusion of was, you know what? It's just time for Pete to walk away, man. It's just time for Pete to walk away. It's not a matter of blaming anybody anymore. I think everybody's at fault here. I think, whoops, I think everybody could have handled things a little bit better. But we are here now. We are here now, and I feel like, you know what, Pete? Just go, man. Just go. Get whatever the best deal you feel comfortable with, wherever the hell it may be, and go out there and ball out, man. Because, and some people get bent out of shape about when you say this. The fact is, David Stearns doesn't really want Pete Alonso. Is that a bad thing? Everybody has their opinion on it. You could find good reasons why we should move on from Pete Alonso. You could find bad reasons why, good reasons why we shouldn't move on from Pete Alonso. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter. What matters is what the person in charge feels and what the person in charge wants to do. And David Stearns, it appears, would prefer to move on from Pete Alonso. Again, is that a bad thing? I don't know. We can debate it, right? It all depends on what the alternative is, what the plan B is. And listen, plan B could be something right now and could turn into something else in a few weeks, in a couple of months, or maybe even into next offseason. And that's where it gets muddy, right? Is how you want to look at things. It's a lot of things that go into why fans are feeling the way they are, in my opinion, right? You go and you sign a Juan Soto, and that's like I said a couple of times already now. Only the Mets can give you the exuberance of signing a Juan Soto, and they make you feel uneasy for the month plus after that. And that is what's gone on. That's basically what's happened. Right? And nobody's upset that we got Juan Soto. On the contrary, we're ecstatic that we got Juan Soto. But we wanted a little bit more. We felt we could do a little bit more. We expected to do a little bit more. And again, that could be in many ways. But in the here and now, what seemed more attainable, what seemed more realistic, was to bring Pete Alonso back as you added Juan Soto to this. Right? And who wants to lose a good homegrown player? No one really wants to do that as fans. You go an attachment to these guys, right? So you don't want to see these guys go. At the same time, you have to step back and say, okay, what's going on here? And for some people, they're completely lined up with David Stearns, and maybe even before David Stearns that he wanted Pete Alonso. Okay. For others, maybe they were a little in between. And maybe the home run in the wild card pushed them over the edge and wanted them to bring Pete Alonso back. To some, that doesn't matter. But this is turned into a situation that I feel like it shouldn't be here. And again, I think all sides are to blame. And I don't want to keep hashing over and over as to what's been out there, what's happened, what hasn't happened, because we don't really know. The truth is, I don't know. You don't know. Maybe some of you insiders, if you're here watching, you know more. I don't know jack, as bats are falling all over the place. But I can only go by what's been put out there, right? And you take and you judge for yourself what we feel is opinion, what we feel is factual. It seems pretty factual that in 2023, the Mets offered Pete Alonso, a 7-year, $158 million deal. I believe those were the numbers, right? 7 years, 158. Now, before that, we kept hearing, oh, the Mets and Pete Alonso are in talks. And don't forget, this was Billy Epler, ladies and gentlemen. That's important. Before that, and during this, and after this, the Mets and Pete Alonso are in talks. They're far apart. The problem more seems to be years. It always seemed to be years. It wasn't so much money that we were hearing. It was the years, right? Anyways, that happened. Pete didn't sign. Pete fired his representatives. Pete hired Scott Boras. Other than that offer, up until this point in this offseason, we haven't heard of any offers. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. But what kind of offers were there, if there were any, from the Mets? I'm not even talking about other teams. And I know people say, well, what's Pete's market? I understand that. But if we're talking about an extension before Pete got to free agency, you don't have to worry about necessarily what his market is. You know what it is. You have an idea of what it is. But we're trying to come to an extension. So we're going to offer you this. The first offers were 7 for 158. What were the ones after that? When Pete said, no, I don't like this, you didn't move up not even a little bit? Will it be in years or money? I don't know. Right? I don't know. What I do know is that we get into this offseason, and yes, the Mets told Pete to go shop himself. Did Pete go shop himself and didn't get anything? It appears so, right? It appears that Pete didn't get a deal good enough to bring back to the Mets and to make the Mets budge. If he got any deals and he bring it to the Mets, they weren't good enough for the Mets to budge. But what we do know is the first thing we heard about any deal or anything close to a deal being offered was when we heard the Mets were thinking about, oh, they're willing to give a high AAV, but low years, around the 3 years, $90 million range to Pete. That's the first thing we heard. So that's why for me, it's like, man, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, wow. Okay, that's a little. Oh, and it had opt-outs. So another prove-it deal, basically. A prove-it deal for Pete. Go prove it again. We told you to prove it. We told you to show out. You didn't really do it. Go do it again. Now, for me, that's not something that you want to do with Pete Alonso. I think Pete struggled with that last season. I really do. I think that was partially of why he had problems last year. Now, you can tell me that his numbers have gone down incrementally the last 3 years. I'm not going to argue with you because you're right. You're right. The numbers have dipped. But I also will say that Pete Alonso is still one of the better players, one of the better bats that you want to have in the lineup. I still will tell you that I would have wanted to see what Pete Alonso looked like in a lineup now that has a Juan Soto and an emerging Mark Vientos, a Francisco Lindor that has completely found himself in New York City, a Brandon Nimmo that we hope continues to improve and now finds that balance, that comfort level between trying to find power and being the on-base guy that he always was. And I thought Pete Alonso could be better. Now, is that the fandom in me? Is that the little kid in Hector still? Sitting here on the stoop on the block, talking nonsense? Maybe. But at the same time, it is not Hector sitting here on the stoop at 14, 15, 16 years old, where you get attached to players maybe a little bit more. Now, Hector's been a fan for a long time. Hector has seen players come and go. Hector has seen prospects get hyped up and fail. So it's always about the New York Mets. It's always about the New York Mets first. And I'm willing to give David Stearns the benefit of the doubt. I really am. But right now, I'd be lying to you if this wasn't an uncomfortable time. Because I also look at this team, and I also look where we came from, and I also look how I felt about this team last year going into the season. Well, I've said over and over, I felt it could be better than a lot of people thought. And then they go and they prove that out. And they get a little lucky with injuries to Atlanta. With Arizona struggling a little bit. And whatever excuse you want to make. But they made it to where they made it. They got into the playoffs. And then once they got there, they were in a win, a quick 1 and out. They were able to make it to the NLCS. With the pitching staff that most of us didn't believe in for most of the year. With a lineup that struggled for most of the year. Just be consistent. They did that. So as a fan, I say, damn, I want to try to get back there. Not in 2-3 years. Now, this season, I want to get back there. Right now. And am I going to tell you here right now that, oh, this team can't get back to the NLCS? I can't tell you that. Because I'm the first one to say the game is played on grass and dirt, not on paper. Not on your stupid show, Hector. You know what I'm saying? The game is played on the field. So it doesn't matter that the Dodgers look unbeatable right now. Because we don't have to beat them right now. Shit, people are right where they say, why are you worried so much about the Dodgers as a Met fan when you got teams in your division to worry about to get through first? And they're right. But if I do have a chance to beat the Dodgers, man, I want to be prepared. What is it saying? You don't want to go into a gunfight with some knives? Whatever the hell it is. Is that what we're doing? Because when you talk to me about alternatives and plan B, when we talk about if David Stearns maybe never wanted to bring Pete back. I mean, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now. I see everybody saying it. Well, a lot of people are saying it. David Stearns made offers that he knew Pete was not going to accept, hoping that somebody would come and give him something above that and Pete would take it. That's what I believe. So now you're going to talk to me about plan B is a combination of Jesse Winker, Brett Beatty, Luis Angel Acuna, Ronnie Mauricio. Come on. Come on. And listen, I'm high on Ronnie Mauricio. I'm a big Ronnie Mauricio proponent. I was calling for Ronnie Mauricio to get called up 2 seasons ago. I was looking forward to seeing Ronnie Mauricio possibly come and take a job this past season. Unfortunately, he was hurt. I now need to see Ronnie Mauricio get back on the field consistently. Can we really count on a Ronnie Mauricio to start the season? Probably not. Probably not. At the same time, the roster you have now is not the roster you start the season with. The roster you start the season with is not the roster you finish April with. Definitely not the roster you finish May with. And so on and so forth. And by the time you get to September, that roster could look totally different. And maybe by then, Ronnie Mauricio's come up and we forget about Pete Alonso. Maybe by then, Luis Angel Acuna is, what he showed in those 2-3 weeks that he played at the end of the last season and has taken a job up here, and we forget about Pete Alonso. But right now, I understand when people are upset. I'm a little upset myself. Excuse me. As we'll try not to cough up a lung here because we are kind of like, coming up with a little cold. I think that's what it feels like. Ugh. But anyways, we'll see. And I don't want to be here too long. Like I said, this is a video that I wanted to do since this morning just because I just feel like it's time for Pete to walk away. And I don't even care what the money is. Go out there and get whatever you feel comfortable with. But somebody said this, I forgot where. Like at this point, like we're trying to really save a real sour marriage. And is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? I'm not so sure anymore. So I think Pete should walk. If it's 5 for 75 with some incentives, whatever the hell it is the Blue Jays are giving him, if it's the Angels, I don't really care who it is. I'll root for Pete. You know what I'm saying? I hope he does well. I'll be honest with you. I hope he kind of shoves it to us. I really do. Not that he, hurts us in the standings or anything like that, but goes out there and makes some people think like, man, maybe we shouldn't have walked away from Pete. And hey, if we go out there and are able to pull off a trade for Vladdy, then is it going to really matter? Probably not. Probably not. What I don't want to hear is, oh, well, we get Vladdy next offseason. So what are you telling me? We're going to go into this season again with another, continuation of the transition? Is that what we're going to do? Because that I don't want to sign up for. Don't tell me you bring Juan Soto here. I don't care that Juan Soto's 26. I don't have a 15-year plan. That contract is really not a 15-year contract. That contract is more like a 5-year contract. This team is more like on a 3 to 4, 5-year timetable. When you look at the players it has in Francisco Lindor and Brandon Nimmo, that's part of your core. And yes, you have Mark Vientos, whom I was looking forward to see continued growth from at third base. Instead, now we got to move him first. And listen, the kid works hard. The kid works hard. The kid's been doubted for a couple of years now. Put his head down, worked, and turned himself into an adequate third baseman. Still could improve, but an adequate third baseman. I wanted to see that continue. But that hard work that he showed me, take that to first base and become the best first baseman you could become, I guess. But you know what alternative excited me? And I don't know what any truth to it is because I haven't had time. And like I said, I was working all last night. And then I was sleeping this morning and afternoon. But I did see some talk about maybe Jose Ramirez being available from Cleveland. I don't know how true that is. I don't know what the hell Cleveland is trying to do. Cleveland is a team that they move people around, they lose players, they lose pitchers, but they always somehow figure out a way to get into them damn playoffs for the most part. So I don't know what they're trying to do. But if you tell me the Mets could pull off a trade for Jose Ramirez, then I'll be excited. I think I'll even be more excited for that than Vladdy. And I like Vladdy. But I love Jose Ramirez. And he's on a super team-friendly deal, which is why I don't know why Cleveland would trade him. He's also on a super team-friendly deal. But I'll be honest, if there was a player when I watched Cleveland before we traded for Lindor, and I was like, man, I want a guy from Cleveland, it was Jose Ramirez. No offense to Lindor. And it had nothing to do with Dominican or anything of that nonsense. He's just the type of player I like. If you want to tell me that's the alternative, I'm excited. You want to tell me we traded for Vladdy? I'm excited. You want to tell me Brett Beatty? Not excited. Not excited. But shout out to you guys. Wow, over 640 beautiful people up in here. I appreciate you guys. Talk about that, man. Shout out to all you guys, man. Shout out to Ant, Subway to Shay. Joined me Tuesday night. I noticed that show had over 1,000 views on Twitter. Over close to 300 plus on YouTube. Those things fluctuate. I don't even understand those numbers. Sometimes you get more over there, less over here. But that one had over 1,000 on X, Twitter, whatever you call it. Thank you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. And it wasn't all live, some on the replay and all that. And maybe some of you guys watched for 1 second. But hey, we'll count the viewership, whatever. They counted, I counted. So I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate all of you guys in here now. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. And like I said, it's just because this was on my mind all night, and I was like, you know what? Let me talk about it. And then obviously, so much has gone. Whoa, holy God, you guys are the best. So much has gone on today. Just said, why not? Let's do it. I wanted to do it this morning, so I said, let's do it anyways. As we see here, Donald, how you doing, Donald? Donald says Stearns did not want Pete here at all. No, yeah, I agree. Why am I so damn loud in my own ear? What's wrong with me? Listen, that would be nice. But I also thought Lindor, Soto, Vientos, Pete, Nemo could be nice too. But absolutely. And yes, Vlad is younger. But let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, because this is something that I struggle with too, right? When we talk about David Stearns and not wanting to do long-term deals for the most part, and everybody say, oh, well, he'll do it for the young guys. And Vlad is 26. I struggle to believe that David Stearns would be willing to give Vlad Jr. the type of deal that it would take to sign him. Is David Stearns really on his own going to want to give out a 12, 14-year deal to a Vlad Jr.? Maybe 12, because I think he'll be 27 actually next offseason. Because I think he turns 26 early this year, if he hasn't already. So he'll be 27 by next season, right? Is that in David Stearns' MO? When he talks about flexibility, both in payroll and in roster? Is he going to want to sign another guy for a long-term deal that is destined to be a DH when he just did that right now? I'm not so sure. But if they show an interest, then obviously he has to be willing to do that. Or is that another Steve Cohen move? And if that's how we're going to run this team, how long is that going to go on? Before David Stearns says, you know what? Did you bring me here to run this team? Or are you just going to make your own moves whenever you feel like it? I don't know. We'll see. Does David Stearns believe in these young guys so much? Does David Stearns believe that Luis Angel Acuna could have that big of an impact this year? Is that part of it? Has he seen something in Brett Beatty that we haven't seen? Who the hell knows? Patty says, Stearns is taking me off. Hi, Patty. Jonathan, how you doing? Save the polar bear. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. What's up, Junior? Jeffrey? Yeah, I did see that the AJ Minter deal officially announced. So that's officially done. We know he's come through his physicals. So that's a good thing. Let's celebrate that. We got the budget version of the lefty reliever that was out there. So instead of getting Tanner Scott, we got AJ Minter because we have to maintain flexibility, right? Anyway, shout out to my guy Quays. My unofficial producer. Just hanging out today as a viewer, back where he belongs. My dude, just kidding. What's up, Cindy? Might be you, Mr. Delightful. It might be you. I mean, that looks like the plan, but is that something that you really want, Cindy? Is that something that you really want? What I don't understand when people say, whoa, you're losing Pete, but you still got Mark Vientos 35 home run or potential for 35 home run. What if Mark Vientos is 35 home run and drives in 100 RBI? Okay. But I had Mark Vientos last year. He damn near did that last season. So I would like to see if Mark Vientos do that again or do that with Pete Alonso maybe going back to a little bit more of what we like from Pete Alonso. Back to that 800 plus slugging. Back to close to 40 home runs, if not 40 home runs, and over 100 RBIs. Along with adding Juan Soto and what he's going to give us. That's what I would like to see. I don't want to substitute Juan Soto for Pete Alonso, although that's an upgrade if you look at it like that. Yes. Yes. Juan Soto is an upgrade over Pete Alonso. There's no debating that. There's no debating that. I just feel like this team is in its window right now. And maybe I'm in the minority. I feel like Pete Alonso could be part of a winning team. I really do. I don't think he will hinder us from winning. Yep. Agreed. Agreed. And listen, for that, we can blame Scott Boras. Maybe there was a deal to be made a long time ago. And because of Scott Boras' dumbass, it doesn't get made. I shouldn't call him dumb. He didn't get to where he is by being dumb. My apologies. That wasn't nice. But maybe there was a deal. Maybe Scott Boras was so involved with Juan Soto and Blake Snell and all of that nonsense and waited too long to get started on the Pete negotiations, where teams went out there and made other moves because they weren't going to play the games with Scott Boras. Maybe that's why Pete doesn't have a market, because teams don't want to play games with Scott Boras, and a guy like Pete Alonso might not be worth playing those games. We'll play the games for Juan Soto, but we're not going to play the game for Pete Alonso with Scott Boras. So if we could find somewhere else where we could get about the same production and for a lesser price, then that's what we'll do. So the first person we can blame, but I don't think he's at fault for, is Pete Alonso. But some people blame Pete Alonso because he never accepted that first deal that Billy Epler offered him, which I think is a little bit unfair because many guys do this. And then you continue to negotiate. And if you don't come to a deal, you get to free agency, and then stuff like this happens. But I'm not going to blame Pete for that. But you could say he takes some fault for doing that. He should have taken that deal. Like I've said a couple of times, maybe Pete Alonso should have done a better job of assessing the market. Maybe Pete Alonso should have done a better job of listening to what was going on. Maybe from his past agents and what was going on around the league through the media and everything else. I don't blame him for betting on himself, but maybe he should have done a better job of assessing the situation. And then he goes and hires Scott Boras, which, again, I don't blame him for, because, see, we can say this is Pete's value. I can say Pete should have done a better job of it. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think his value is. It doesn't matter what you think his value is. Right? What do people say all the time? You are what you make, what you make your own worth. Pete didn't think he was worth that. Pete thought he was worth more. It is obvious now that he was wrong. It is obvious now that he was wrong. This is why I did a show a few weeks ago, or I did a little video a few weeks ago where I said it's time for Pete Alonso to look himself in the mirror and fire Scott Boras and say, you know what? I need to take control of the situation. I want to be a Met. I'm going to do my best to be a Met. And if you can't do that for me, get the hell out of here too. Just like the other guys. I believe I said in that video, I hear some people say now, that Pete Alonso should have went and had a one-on-one conversation with Steve Cohen. Even David Stearns said, listen, I really want to be here. I don't want to go shop myself. I don't want to go get a deal from somewhere else and bring it to you for you to top it. I want the best deal that you can give me. Let's work on that. He didn't do that. Or at least it doesn't appear that he did. Until we heard after the Mets had 3 for 90, they may be winning. Well, the media added the 90 bullshit. We heard that the Mets were willing to do a 3-year opt out after the first 2 years, whatever. Then we heard Pete say, "Oh, we're willing to do low years, high AV, 3 years opt out, whatever." Also, we don't know what the numbers were. People are assuming that the numbers were 120 for 3, which is outrageous, Pete. Even I say that, and I've said it. So Pete could have taken control of the situation a while ago already. But I also feel, and I've said this also, that David Stearns, if he really wanted to have Pete back, could have said, "Okay, Pete, here we are. You had a less than stellar year. Even your agent will tell you that with all his numbers. We told you to go shop yourself. You haven't been able to bring anything, but we still want you back. Here's my best 4-year offer. What do you say? You have 24 hours. But guess what, Pete? Here's the deal. You can't shop this offer. If I find out, if I get a hint that you took this offer somewhere else, deal's off the table. Tomorrow at 4:33, deal's off the table. But no. Oh, Hector, David Stearns wants Pete. He's offered him a deal. A prove-it deal? A placeholder deal? A seat warmer deal? Come keep it warm for Vladdy? Is that something that Pete Alonso should accept? We can disagree we can agree to disagree on that, because I think hell no. I think hell no. So I can understand why Pete wouldn't accept that. At the same time, it's like, wait a minute, but you came back and said you wanted a 3-year deal. You were willing to do a 3-year deal. So what is it, right? So at that point, it became money. So again, I'm all over the place on this right now. But I think the best thing is, at this point, for Pete to just walk away. Just walk away, man. Just walk away. Enough is enough. Wherever it may be. And good luck. And good luck. And we'll keep going on. And it'll get crazy. It'll get crazy. But I want to share something with you guys. Because as fans, I think we have to be fair. And if you watch the Tuesday show, you saw this already. But there's something that I heard Andrew Friedman of the Dodgers say a while ago, right? And it always comes to mind. And it was when he said, if you're always rational about every free agent, you will finish third on every free agent, right? So the reason I was like, when did he say this exactly? I was trying to look back. And the best thing I could find is this here, right? With this Andy McCullough wrote this post with the quote that I just said. If you're always rational about every free agent, you will finish third on every free agent. As you can see, this was December 2016, right? If I'm not mistaken, Andrew Friedman had been hired in 2014. So this was going to be now going into his third season. So what that tells me is, I don't remember the whole, what was going on there. There must have been some question about player. Maybe he signed somebody. Maybe there was talk about signing somebody. Maybe the fans were uneasy. And he was even telling himself, hey, I gotta stop being so careful, right? And go out there and make the moves. And it's something that I wonder with David Stearns. Is he comfortable enough now to make a move that he may have not done before with the middle market Brewers? Because he couldn't really do it because of the financial restrictions that the team had, you know? So when is David Stearns going to find that comfort zone? Maybe he already has it, as I said on Tuesday. Maybe he already has it, and is just not willing, or this is not the move that he wants to do it with. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? It's an uncomfortable feeling right now. Again, I'm not happy about it, but I want to show you something else with that post because it's something that stood out to me when I was looking for it, and I found this post, right? And it's this here. It's the comment, the first comment that I saw. And it was the worst GM in baseball. Dodgers fans are tired of him. Time to go. That's kind of where we are right now for some people. And not everyone. I think the majority, some to a nauseating level, are behind David Stearns and in whatever move he makes. Like some people are too positive for my liking. Some people are too negative for my liking. I try to fall somewhere in between. But I see that and I'm like, man, to think this is how that fan base was feeling in 2016 when this man was 2 years into the job, going into his third year into the job. And now, 9 years later, they've won 2 World Series. They signed Shohei Ohtani. They have a Mookie Betts. They have a Freddie Freeman. They go and get Yamamoto. They now get Sasaki. And they seem to be signing anybody and everybody right now. But they didn't get there overnight. They didn't get there overnight. So I guess what I'm saying is, and I guess, I'll be honest, man, I'm saying it to as much to myself as I am to you. I guess as some kind of therapy, just to calm myself down. We can't be the Dodgers overnight, man. We can't be the Dodgers overnight. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. Now it's a little frustrating because, like I said before, with what we came off of last season, with what I believe the window that this team has, you would like to see a little bit more urgency from your front office. I think that's what it is. I think we're not seeing the urgency from the front office that we would like to see. But it doesn't mean that they're not trying to win. Now, I'm not telling you that they are because I'm not even convinced. I wonder if David Stearns looks at what's going on and looks at his whole team and says, you know what? There isn't much that I can do to this team right now that makes me feel like I'm a World Series contender. So I'm not gonna make this move just to appease people. Let me see how we go along this year, and maybe I could do something throughout the year to make us that World Series contender. Maybe that's how he's looking at it. Maybe that's how. Wow, over 900 people. Man, I gotta start coming on in the afternoons more often. People are bored at work, open X, and see this dope on the screen and like, wait, what the hell? Let's see what this idiot got to say. What I got to say is it's time for Pete to go, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta let him go. We gotta let him go. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And I, for one, I'm not gonna hold any hard feelings to either side. Everybody's to blame, in my opinion. I think everybody could have done better in handling the situation. But I'm at the point now where I almost don't want to see Pete come back. Now go ahead and bookmark this, do whatever you want to do, screen, record, whatever. so that if we do get Pete back and I celebrate it, you can be like, oh, but look at you said you didn't want Pete shouldn't come back. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Doesn't mean that I don't want him back, but I feel it might be best for Pete to just move on. Just move on. Because at this point, even if Pete does come back, is Pete going to be able to handle that pressure that's going to be put on him by himself again? And then by this fan base, especially the portion of the fan base that doesn't want him back, the portion of the fan base that talks as if Pete is a 40-year-old player or a 38-year-old player that hit 20 home runs or hell no, 15 home runs. So that if Pete doesn't come out here and has a first month where he's like hitting 280, whether he sustains that or not, because we know Pete is not a 280 hitter, but just comes out hot, 280, hits damn near, I don't know, 7 to 10 home runs in the first month of the season, driving in 30 plus RBIs. Just a scorching start. What would be of Pete Alonso's season? It won't be pretty. It won't be pretty. And it's funny to say, right, that Pete was not able to handle the pressure of last season because then in the biggest at bat of his Mets career, he goes and hits the biggest home run of his career. But it's time to go, brother. It's time to go. This front office doesn't want you. And disgustingly, I will say this, disgustingly, a large portion of this fan base doesn't want you. It's sad. They may have reason. Everybody can feel the way they want to feel. But me personally, I'm disgusted by how Pete Alonso is talked about. Shit, and I've been critical of Pete Alonso. I can't stand every time Pete Alonso swings at that slider in the dirt. When people say, oh, well, Pete Alonso had no protection, Hector, I say, to hell with protection. It had nothing to do with protection. Pete Alonso gets sliders in the dirt because he hasn't shown the ability to stay off of them sliders in the dirt. No matter who the hell is hitting behind him. Now you want to tell me if there was a better hitter maybe hitting behind them, you don't throw as many? Maybe. But I still would take my chances. Because he's going to swing. He's going to swing. So until he shows me that he could swing, he can stop swinging at it, I'm going to throw it. So I've been critical of Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso is a flawed player. I'm not here saying Pete Alonso is not a flawed player. But Pete Alonso deserved better. In my opinion, I'm pretty sure if I keep looking at the comments, I've stopped looking at them real quick. In my opinion, Pete Alonso deserved a little bit better from David Stearns. Doesn't mean you outrageously outbid yourself. It doesn't mean anything like that. But if you really wanted the guy, go out there and genuinely try to make a move. Don't make him an offer that you know he's not going to take. You know? But listen, I want to see Pete Alonso be better at throwing. I don't think Pete Alonso's as bad defensively as some people say. Mike, which two offers did Pete turn down? Which two offers did Pete turn down? When I ask people, besides the Billy Epler for 7 for 158 that Pete turned down, where's the other good offer that Pete got from David Stearns? Because I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Don't talk to me about the 3 year for 90 and now that 3 for 68, whatever the hell that crap was. Because that's garbage. Nah. Oh my God. No. We're not mad. We're not mad. We're not mad. Exactly. So 7 for 158. That was Billy Epler. That was in during the 2023 season, I believe, right? That was Billy Epler, guys. That was not David Stearns. So that's what I'm saying. When Pete turned that down and then David Stearns took over, what the hell did he offer? What did David Stearns offer? I don't know what he offered, but it seems like nothing. It seems like nothing. So I think back to, like I said, I watched this Abriendo el podcast, and they had Albert Pujols not too long ago. The St. Louis Cardinals offered Albert Pujols, I forget when the hell he became a free agent. They offered him a deal, an extension deal. He turned it down. The offseason came, and he said they came with a less offer. He couldn't believe it. They came with a less offer than what they had offered the extension. Is that what David Stearns did to Pete Alonso? So I turned down 7 for 158. What did he come back with? 3 for 90? 3 for 68? And you're going to tell me that's fair? Nah, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that. But that shows me what David Stearns thinks about Pete Alonso, which is not much. He doesn't think too highly of Pete Alonso, which is fine. That's a prerogative. That's fine. But I'm not going to knock Pete for saying, nah, I'm not taking that garbage. Not from you. Go take that deal somewhere else, Pete. The same exact deal. I don't give a shit. But to me, if those are the two offers you're gonna give me, well, David Stearns insulted Pete Alonso. That's my opinion, though. I'm still going to root for David Stearns because he runs my team, and then I'm a Met fan above everything. Said it already. Seen players come and go. Old enough to be here before Pete Alonso as a freaking adult. It's not like when I was a kid and then when Strawberry came up and then they snatched him from me. And then Doc Gooden went through what he went through. And they turned their back on him. Those hurt. But I was a kid. Sitting on the stoops. Playing with football across the street. Oh, man. My guy, CP, what up, my dude? What's popping, my brother? Shout out to my guy, CP, man. Putting in that work out here, bro. Want to grow up to be like you, CP, even if I'm older than you, brother. My guy putting in that work out here. Proud to see that, man. Good to see. What do we got here? My guy. See, I need people like Mike, man. Get me excited. Need people like Mike. Woo! 70. Pete turned down 2 offers. Get out of here. Get me mad, man. $70 million for 3 is $5.5 million more AAV. Man, Santander sucks. I kept saying it all last year. I shouldn't say he sucks, but I hate the comparison to Santander. This guy just got on the map. Pete been doing what he do, man. Santander. I'm not surprised Santander got what he got. Honestly. I kept saying that last year when people, we let Pete go. We bring a Santander. Santander who? I would have taken him, though. Not to replace Pete, but to add. I want to add. I want to add. I don't want to react to what the Dodgers are doing. Freak the Dodgers. Give a damn about the Dodgers. But I've always wanted to get better. I'm always on a year-to-year timetable, damn it. I want to win every year. Sometimes it's more realistic than others. Sometimes it's been very unrealistic as Met fans. We've had no hope. So that's what's upsetting about this, man. All this time we kept talking about, we have this owner now. We'll be able to add. We're not going to be hearing about no freaking money. Money's not going to be a problem. Now I got to keep people telling me, oh, they don't want to go over the $301 million threshold. Or maybe they're trying to reset the tax. To me, the way I understand it, it's impossible for them to reset the tax right now. They already have too much money. I don't even know what the first threshold is. What is it, like $225 million? They'll never get under that. And if that's your main goal, then what the hell are we doing? Then why didn't you even go get Juan Soto? To sell tickets? That shit don't work for me. I'm a dumbass that goes to these games anyways. So I really think that they want to win. But obviously, David Stearns sees a different path to get there than I do. But what the hell is the timetable on this? So I'm willing to be patient. I'm willing to be open-minded. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. I ain't trying to wait 5 years to try to win a World Series. I've been waiting. And you know what the upsetting part about this is, too? That this is something that probably should have happened when Steve Cohen bought the team. But because MLB stuck Sandy Alderson down our throat and forced him to bring that dope back, that set us back. And then he goes, hires all these people that end up getting fired, and that sets us back. And then Billy Epler does what he does. And listen, he gave us a great season. We got to be honest. 2022, whatever that was great. I don't know about great, but it was kind of fun. But did he now give Steve Cohen stage fright or whatever? That's probably a bad, but you know what I mean? To the point now where he's giving too much of the reins to David Stearns. Although, honestly, that's the way it should work. That's the tough part, ladies and gentlemen, because there's so much of this that I agree with. I'm having a meltdown right here in front of you. Oh my God, we're over 1,000 people again. I love you guys. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Can we get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube though? All right. Can we get to 500? Can we get some thumbs up? 1,000 people in here. Can I get at least 50 thumbs up on the video on YouTube? Can you guys help me get to 500 by opening day? What's up? Help a brother out. Go to the YouTube at Blunt Thoughts 13. The link is on where you found this. The link is there too. But anyways, having a meltdown here. I agree with a lot of the philosophies of David Stearns. I do. I don't mind not signing Max Fried for freaking 8 years, whatever the hell the Yankees gave him. I don't even mind Corbin Burns. I don't. I hate long-term deals. I love Juan Soto, wanted him since 2019. The same way people are standing for Vlad Jr., I was standing for Juan Soto. I'm not gonna lie. I hate that 15-year deal. Hate it. Everything about it. The C, all that nonsense. It's ridiculous. So I agree with a lot of David Stearns' philosophies. I do. I really do. It's just the process. It can be frustrating as hell, man. The process can be frustrating as hell. Man, I want to get there. I'm waiting since 86, been waiting for this crap. And now I got to see the Dodgers, who I hate since 88. I pray they'll be taking over the league. Man, it's going to be fun to watch them suckers get knocked out. And I hope it's us. I hope it's us. I really do. But Pete Alonso, brother, thanks for the memories. Thanks for the signed baseball. Pete Alonso, LFGM. Funny how I got funny stories for everything, man. How I get these things is funny, but that's how I like to get them. That's how I like to get them. I don't giveaways. I like to get my autographs myself if I get them, whether it's by chance, however it is. This one I got for being a lambón to my Spanish people. I was being a lambón and trying to get a bat from Jonathan Villar. Shout out to Jonathan Villar. Trying to get a bat from Jonathan Villar. And he told me to come the day after the season, that he was going to come out and clean out his locker or whatever. But he didn't give me a time. He was, just come. And I went out there and hung out for a little while like a dope. And the guy I got to see was Pete Alonso. So I went there for one thing and got another. Sitting outside the parking lot, waiting, and who pulls up in a Suburban in an Uber, gets dropped off right outside? My guy, Pete. And luckily for me, since at that time I was always asking for baseballs at the games and getting lucky, I always had 2 or 3 baseballs in my car. Pulled that one out and got Pete to sign it. So thanks for the autograph, Pete. Thanks for the memories. Thanks for 2019. You know what I'm saying? Where, for the most part, your run at Aaron Judge's rookie home run record was the reason to go to the ballpark. I know we made a little bit of a run. Thanks for that. But, brother, good luck, man. Good luck. Take your bat, take your glove, take your talents, whether it be north of the border, whether it be out west to the Angels, wherever the hell it is. But unfortunately, you're no longer wanted here. That is correct, Ethan. That is correct. And you know what? That is the way it's supposed to be, guys. Imagine if I was running the team with my emotions. That would be no good. So this is what you want. This is what you want. It's just, it's going to be frustrating you along the way. And again, I'm all over the place on the reading of the comments and all that good stuff. There we go, Stan. Thank you, brother. Listen to my guy Stan, man. Listen to my guy. Yo, Carlos, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a minute. Ortiz, how you doing, brother? Maybe I've missed you. I haven't really been focusing on the comments myself. But since my producer figured he'd take the day off today, I have to do it, which is good because I can pay attention to them. Yo, Quay's my guy. You my dude, brother. You my dude. Who's going on amazing day? Who's going on amazing day? Looking forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to that. You know what I'm not looking forward to, or what I don't care about? This is all this New Jersey crap. I can give a damn about this Jersey nonsense. Oh, Mets got big announcement to make. Big announcement to make. Oh, yeah, new road jersey. Are you serious, man? Are you serious? My God, Joel, dímelo, ¿qué es lo que, manito? Tranquilo. Car problems. Ay, no bueno. No bueno, but I know. The disinformation out there makes the peace saga worse, says Stan. Mets are notoriously tight-lipped. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but we're gonna listen. I'll say this. I told this to someone. Shout out to my guy Rashid. we were kind of like earlier today, but that's fun. It's all in fun. What was I gonna say? What is the comment again? Mets are notoriously tight-lipped. Yes, that's why when I see the Mets are talking to Tanner Scott, I say, okay, we're not getting him. And that's what happened. The Mets are talking to Tanner Scott. Mets signed AJ Minter. The Mets are talking to such and such. That person goes over here. The Mets give us somebody else. So yeah. You think so, Stan? I don't know, brother. I don't know. My guy M Easy. Oh boy. Do I really want to see M Easy messages right now? What? Why are you cursing at me, dude? In another language at that. What the hell is that? Nah, I'm kidding. Hey, listen. Who the hell knows, bro? I know who it won't be. It won't be Pete Alonso. So it could be the next Japanese import or Vlad Jr. What was the export? Whatever. But it won't be Pete Alonso. As Patty says, oh, the drama. We're all about the drama, Patty. We're all about the drama. We're all about the drama. Chicken nugget. What is good? It's been a minute. You're going to Amazing Day. You think Pete is going to be there. Pete who? Now Pete Alonso. Oh, whoa, wow. Congratulations to your niece, brother. Congratulations to your niece. Oh, the love. Oh, the love. Joe B. It's funny you mentioned Joe B, man. Listen, shout out to Joe B. I love Joe B. I was actually, let's see, maybe we could do it real quick. I was listening to Joe B on the Fan yesterday. Joe B's out of control, ladies and gentlemen. I love Joe B, but Joe B's out of control when it comes to this whole thing going on. And listen, I get it. I get the frustration, but you know, he went a little harsh, I think, on whatchamacallit, on David Stearns and what he felt. I mean, on Steve Cohen, not David Stearns. On Steve Cohen and what he felt he should be doing during this situation. And honestly, man, like I said, I don't think you want an owner, you want ownership to be stepping in. I don't think you want an owner to be stepping in and overriding your GM or president of baseball operations. That's just that turns into a toxic relationship. That turns into the New York Jets. That's what that turns into. That turns into the New York Jets. So I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Sorry, I'm trying to like in the moment here, trying to see if I can find because I did think about sharing that before. Yeah, I must have heard the fucking ads. Where are we? So yeah, I don't think Steve Cohen should step in. I think you should let the guy that you hired do the job. But don't, you know, we're not gonna like it all. Sorry, I'm reading the comments and I just saw something from my friend Patty here who says I'm out of this funeral. Damn, Patty, is that how I came across? Like we're having a funeral? Ain't no crying going on here, Patty. Ain't nobody die. It's just the Pete Alonso era died. And to some people, they might say, what the hell is the Pete Alonso era? Do you mean the Pete Alonso era? Maybe. But a funeral? Love you, Patty. Hope to see you on Saturday, Patty. Don't give that ticket away, Patty. Do not give that ticket to Amazing Day away, Patty. Want to see you there. Patty really wants Pete back. And she does not want to hear it. She doesn't want to reason. She wants Pete back. Hey, that's her right. That's her right. Christopher, are you related to Pete Alonso? Is this a made-up name? What do we got going on here? My long shot hope is that when the Mets unveil their new jersey, it's Pete Alonso that comes out in the crowd. In front of the crowd wearing it. Sorry. That would be something. I saw someone on X say that they hope it's Francisco Lindor with a C on his chest being announced as the captain. Hey. We'll see. But I think we could be pretty sure that it won't be Pete Alonso, man. It won't be Pete Alonso. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, is this official? Is this official? Because people were saying maybe the Mets could go get Profar. See? What did I just say? What did I just say? The Mets are connected to this guy. The Mets are talking to this guy. The Mets are looking at this guy. The Mets have checked in on this guy. X to anything that happens. Anytime I hear that, cross that person off. Cross him off. Done. So there it goes. Another option off the board. Wouldn't that be something, Darren? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? That would make me sick. That would make me sick for real, for real. Are we going to be able to find 34 home runs from Ronnie Mauricio, Luis Angel Acuna, and whoever the hell else? Brett Beatty? Oh, Hector, but those 34 home runs were meaningless by Pete Alonso. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a little crazy. Sorry. That was definitely a little crazy and easy. Oh man. Sorry, I know you guys can hear that in the background, but I'm trying to see if I can get that spot up. I should have done that before. I almost forgot. The Pete Alonso era, that's what it is. That's what it is. Crazy. Some people it's the Pete Alonso era. The Pete Alonso era is over. I don't know, Stanley. He might be going to Toronto. He might be going to the Angels. It doesn't appear like he's staying with the Mets, I'll tell you that much. And the way I feel right now, the way I've been feeling since last night is Pete Alonso should just walk away. I'm sorry. That will be something. That will be something. JG says Stearns doesn't impress me. What doesn't impress you about David Stearns? That's what it may be. Yeah, Joe B's all over the place. Joe B's emotional. Joe B's emotional. Joe B, Joe and Clark, same thing. Joe and Clark is the same way. Someone posted all the tweets about guy Joe and Clark killing Pete. talking about Pete should let Pete go and all of this nonsense, and now he's going nuts. Oh man, I gave my guy Christopher says no, not related. Ese es mi apellido. Soy cubano, but I'm a big Pete fan. So yeah, he's my cousin. I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. I hear you. All right, here it goes. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can bring this back now. Let's see if we can bring this back. Oh, come on. Why are you going to go back to the stupid commercials? To hell with this crap. Anyways. All right, guys. Like I said, man, I just wanted to do this. I was going to do a video, but I was like, let me talk to the people. Let's see what the people got to say. I apologize if I didn't get to your comments. I appreciate you guys, man. We got over 1,200 of you beautiful people up here. Maybe I should start doing this more in the afternoons, but I know it's not about me. It's more about Pete, and everybody wants to know what the hell is going on with Pete. I wish I could tell you what's going on with Pete. As I've said many times, I'm not an insider or anything of the sorts. I'm a fan that likes to talk Mets, that likes to talk sports in general. But we've gotten into a groove of talking Mets for the most part, and we've built a little bit of a community here that keeps on going. If you're new here, please, like I said, hit that thumbs up. Go over to the YouTube if you don't mind, and hit that subscribe button and help a brother out. Help us get to 500. Jonathan says, "Don't go, Hector. Don't go." Hector has to go, man. We gotta work. We gotta work. We gotta do a few things before we get to work, so we gotta go. But listen, I wish we could stay. I wish we could stay. I really do enjoy talking to you guys. I wish it could be a little bit more easier to talk. I know as far as Twitter, there's a spaces, but sometimes I get in trouble in those. But nah, man, we'll see what happens. It looks like, listen, there's been a few times already where we thought, okay, was it last week or was it 2 weeks already? Where we found out that Pete and Scott Boras had told the Mets that they were willing to do a short-term high AAV deal. People were asking me, and I was saying, yeah. I think that we'll have a deal, if not this weekend, by early next week. I think that was already last week. So it seems like now we're picking up some steam, and we should have a resolution soon. And, whether that be Pete coming back or not, right now it looks like it's going to be not. But who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows? Where I'm at right now is just go, Pete. Just go. Just don't need to embarrass yourself any further. Again, it wasn't all you're doing, but a lot of it was. You had a lot to do with it. You could have taken better control of the situation, and you didn't. It seems like Pete Alonso is one of those guys that just let Scott Boras do what he do. Some guys get more involved than others when it comes to free agency, right? Some guys will have their agent, come and report to them every day or whatever the case may be. Some guys say, yeah, just do what you got to do. Come back to me when you have something concrete. That seems to be what Pete did. Backfired. That's Pete's fault. That's nobody's fault. But again, I still feel like David Stearns could have treated him a little bit better. Some people disagree. That's fine. Maybe by the next time we do this, there'll be some resolution. But oh man. But who knows? And who knows when will be the last time I do this? The next time. You know what? We maybe do. I don't know, man. I don't know, because I probably won't be here. It depends. Still in between of whether I'm gonna go away for my birthday or not. But maybe we do a show Monday next week, since we won't be. It's our birthday on Tuesday, and I don't think we want to be here on Tuesday on my birthday, getting all riled up. Unless something good happens, then we'll do it from wherever the hell we are. And it definitely will not be a great setup because I probably won't have a mic. We won't have anything. We won't even have a camera or anything like that. We'll do it off the phone or whatever the hell it is. But I'm not, man. Good luck at that last hour of work. Good for you that you're ending work as I'm going to go ready to go start work. And hopefully it's a good one. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again. Appreciate the 1,200 of you beautiful people up in here. Shout out to the over 1,000 people that have gone and watched myself and Anthony from this past Tuesday. And again, let's get to 500 by opening day. Other than that, as always, ladies and gentlemen, and in honor of a guy that we probably saying goodbye to, let's fucking go, Mets. Peace.
Click full of animals and we made ourselves with minimal. Fuck you, no subliminals. Putting in this work, nigga. That's why they feelings hurt, nigga. Swear we need a hearse cause we rep our shites to the dirt, nigga. If I'm in the club, I'm